Article 2. Whether God is composed of matter and form. We proceed thus to the second article. It seems that God is composed of matter and form. Objection 1. For whatever has a soul is composed of matter and form, since the soul is the form of the body, but Scripture attributes a soul to God. For it is mentioned in Hebrews chapter 10, verse 38, where God says, "But my just man liveth by faith, but if he withdraw himself, he shall not please my soul." Therefore, God is composed of matter and form. Objection 2. Further, anger, joy, and the like are passions of the composite, as is said in the book of the soul, but there is attributed to God in Scripture. The Lord was exceeding angry with his people. Psalm 105, verse 40. Therefore, God is composed of matter and form. Objection 3. Further, matter is the principle of individuation, but God seems to be individual, for he is not predicated of many. Therefore, he is composed of matter and form. On the contrary, whatever is composed of matter and form is a body. For diminutive quantity is what first inheres in matter. But God is not a body, as proved in the preceding article. Therefore, he is not composed of matter and form. I answer that it is impossible that matter should exist in God. First, because matter is that which is in potency. But we have shown in question 2, article 3, that God is pure act, without any potentiality. Hence, it is impossible that God should be composed of matter and form. Secondly, because everything composed of matter and form is perfect and good through its form. Therefore, its goodness is participated according as matter participates the form. Now, the first good and the best, namely God, is not a participated good, because the essential good is prior to the participated good. Hence, it is impossible that God should be composed of matter and form. Thirdly, because every agent acts by its form. Hence, the matter in which it has its form is the manner in which it is an agent. Therefore, whatever is primarily and essentially an agent must be primarily and essentially form. Now, God is the first agent, since he is the first efficient cause, as we have shown in question 2, article 3. He is therefore of his essence a form and not composed of matter and form. Reply to objection 1. A soul is attributed to God because his acts resemble the acts of a soul. For act is to potency. The same is shown in other things. Hence, since in God potency is not added to act, it is impossible that he should be in any genus as a species. Secondly, since the beginning of God is his essence, as we have shown, article 4. If God were in any genus, he would have to be in the genus being, because since genus is predicated essentially, it refers to the essence of a thing. But the philosopher has shown that being cannot be a genus, for every genus has differences distinct from its generic essence. Now, no difference can be found which would be outside being, for non-being cannot be a difference. it follows then that God is not in a genus. Thirdly, because all in one genus agree in the quiddity or essence of the genus, which is predicated of them essentially, but they differ in their being. For the being of a man and of a horse is not the same, also of this man and that man. Thus in every member of a genus, being and quiddity, that is, essence, must differ. But in God they do not differ, as shown in the preceding article. Therefore it is plain that God is not in a genus as a species. From this it is also plain that he has no genus, nor difference, nor can there be any definition of him, nor save through his effects. A demonstration of him for a definition is from genus and difference, and the mean of a demonstration is a definition. That God is not in a genus as reducible to it as its principle is clear from this, that a principle reducible to any genus does not extend beyond that genus. As a point is the principle of continuous quantity alone, and unity and discontinuous quantity. But God is the principle of all being, as we shall indicate below. Therefore, he is not contained in any genus as its principle. Reply to objection 1. The word substance signifies not only what is being of itself, for being cannot of itself be a genus, as shown in the body of the article, but it also signifies an essence in which it is appropriate to be in this way, namely, being of itself. This being, however, is it not its essence? Thus, it is clear that God is not in the genus of substance. Reply to objection 2. This objection turns upon proportionate measures, which must be homogeneous, there we go, with what is measured. No, God is not a measure proportionate to anything. Still, he is called the measure of all things in the sense that everything has being only according as it approaches him.